It was the inevitable choice. Your strength and leadership will help restore Maldraxus to greatness. The Archon was so confident in this outcome that she had arranged a grand welcome for you in honor of your efforts sorting out the Maldraxus incursion into Bastion. What? Grand welcome for you in honor of your efforts sorting out the... Oh, cool. So the Archon is like happy that we kicked out the Maldraxians out of... Okay, cool. For now, make your way to the seat of the Primus, find Draka. She will guide you further. Find Draka. Draka? You are Draka. Am I Draka?
Even here, I protect the weak. I knew you would return. Your skills will lead us to victory.
Hell yeah.
How goes the fight?
I knew you would join us. This is Draka. Draka is Thrall's mom from our reality. I'll admit that your ties to the other covenants had me skeptical that you would return. I should have known better than to doubt you by now. Outsider though you are, you have stood bravely beside the armies of Maldraxus. I'm confident that Primus would have no qualms about inducting you into our ranks. We cannot afford to wait for fate to come to us. In the Primus' absence, allow me to name you Necrolords of Maldraxus.
Thrumka.
I'm ready.
In the name mortal.
Oh, hell yeah. Draka, did I ever tell you about the time where I stood shoulder to shoulder with your son?
True defenders of Maldraxus, hear my words.
You don't really care, huh?
We now hold this sanctum, thanks to the deeds of this mortal who stands with our covenant.
It is me. I am the greatest.
Though the Primus has long been absent from these halls, the Mawwalker embodies the virtues he instilled in the 5 houses.
Okay. Now, Maldraxus...
Step forward, mortal, and raise your rune blade.
Maldraxus is definitely the zone if you want to party with characters that we've known from the past. As you can see, there's Baroness Vash, Lady Vash, there's Draka, and there's none other than the Ashbringer, Alexandros Mograine.
Our covenant grows strong! Victory for Maldraxus! Victory for the Shadowlands!
Okay, that animation needs a bit of work. Whatever. I'm sure that they'll work on it.
For the honor of the Blade Sword.
This is our eternity, Mawwalker. It is now yours too. So you basically, they re-give you the abilities, but you already got them. Draka's in charge because the house leader of the Chosen actually gets murdered during your questing experience. As a Necrolord, you will be charged with the safety of all the Shadowlands. To carry out such service, the Primus grants us his strength. Stand upon the altar of the Primus and let his power become your own. It is a great honor to wield the power of the Primus. Yay! Do not squander this opportunity, Mawwalker. Anyone else want to do a little comment? No? Okay. Enter Judas. Thank you very much for subscribing, baby. Be welcome. And I do believe that the Runecarver, or the Primus, is indeed the legendary guy who has lost his memories inside the tower. And I think he is the one responsible for making the Domination gear, the Lich King gear, in order to contain the Jailer. And that the Jailer and his forces had kidnapped him, imprisoned him within the tower, and made sure that he could not reforge the Helm of Domination. But that is pure speculation. Altaholic to you as well. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Receive the power of the Primus. Oh, hell yeah. Within you lies the courage, might, and guile to conquer your rivals. Unto you I bestow this power, defender of Maldraxus. I have the power. No, I made it. It was me.
Loktar.
Though through your travels in life and death, you will always be a necrolords. Souls and Maldraxus are bound together through common experiences and triumphs. We draw strength and knowledge from the others around us. If you should fall in battle, part of yourself would live on forever in the fellow soldiers that you were bound with. Plague Deviser Merilith has volunteered to teach you the process of soulbinding. What I've seen of the two of you, he is a prime candidate to enlighten you. Okay, so each covenant will have the initial soul binding, and as you earn more renown, you will unlock more soul binds for a total of 3. Now, the first one that we're going to soul bind with is Crazy Plague Deviser Merilith, who I thought was a... Oh, okay, never mind. I'm so pleased to see you again, my apprentice. To soul bind with another is a wonderful process. I invite you to bind with me to learn the ability, but in time you might bind with others. I've known many soul binds, but the foremost of them all was Margrave Tradama. Her knowledge, talent and kindness became part of who I am. Now and forever, it is a bond that we share. I only hope to be useful to you, my apprentice. Bound together, I shall grant you all that I can, and aid you even when we are apart. Binding. Yes, bind with me. Oh, it feels so good. Yeah. Was it as enjoyable for you as it was for me? Our shared knowledge will benefit all of Maldraxus. To bind souls is but the first step. Over time, the power of our bond will grow in strength and manifest itself as amazing new abilities. To tap into this newfound strength, all you must do is place your hand upon the forge of bonds. There is no price to pay. The only limitation is your connection to necrolords. Okay, soul binding with... We can unlock Emily and we can unlock Bonesmith Heimer. But our first one is Plague Deviser Merilith. Do I have a renown bar like an AP bar? Nope. Right now, renown is standing as a mark, so you could track it on your backpack if you wanted to. Ta-da! May we prove worthy allies for the battles to come. 2 souls are better than 1. We can achieve far greater things than if we were alone. However, it is not just us 2 against all threats. There are many more that will aid us in the coming battles. Let us speak with Merrick to learn more on the subject. Don't be shy. I can introduce you. Merrick facilitates all communications betwixt our tacticians, and he's an excellent listener as well. How easy is to get renowned? Takes like an hour or 2. Kinda depends on how they're going to fix it. Right now, the way that you get renown is you get 1 renown from doing the next chapter of the Covenant campaign. You get 1 renown from saving 15 souls from the Maw. Now, right now, as it stands in the Maw, you can't click on all the souls, so I think it's still work in development, which should speed it up quite extensively. Now, of course, you're also going to be competing with other people in order to get these souls, but I am going to imagine that they're going to speed that process up quite a bit. And then the third way is by gathering anima for your Covenant. And you gather anima in different ways. Killing rares, treasures, world quests, dungeons. Pretty much playing the game will get you that anima anyways. And it's on a weekly basis. So you will do your other objectives, like getting gear from world quest, or your reputation up, or your dungeons up. And that will get you the renown. That is how it stands right now.
I keep everything well maintained.
Madeline Rue, hell yeah. There are volumes within the sepulchre of knowledge that might hold the answers.
Do I know you? Am I supposed to?
I am Merrick, head communicator of the Necrolords. Glad to be working with you. As Maldraxi, we are responsible for ensuring the safety of all of the Shadowlands. When threats emerge, we'll deal with them. The threats of the Shadowlands are far more than any one of us can handle. That is where I come in. I will be your eyes in the field. Allow me to demonstrate with a simple task for Merilith, so that you may both reap the benefits of my servers. Okay, so we get a bunch of... This is the new mission board, so to say. In order to send out missions, it takes Reservoir Anima, which I think is comparison to the... Oh god, garrison resources, or in Battle for Azeroth, your war resources. Again, you pick it up as you do. And basically, it's an auto-battler. I really don't care for this. I'm gonna get an add-on that's gonna finish this up automatically, and it's gonna be great. Yeah, I think it could use a bit of work, X-Haven. But the rewards are pretty solid. Like there's like little reputation rewards or anima rewards. It's little side things. It's not a massive problem as far as I could tell. So yeah, they do the thing. Go team! Go team! Oh yeah, you could try it on a PTR, ain't it? Okay. That is complete. And now... Oh, I can actually show you. So you can get some anima, reputation. These are ones that actually require you to have 10 or 20 or 20. And as you can tell, the duration is also increased. So even if I wanted to send them out, I can't right now. Womp womp.
And what have you done lately? This weapon isn't gonna swing itself.
Adventure started. Didn't I just start an adventure game? I mean, I don't mind doing it again, but you're gonna make me run out of anima. There we go. Ah, apparently the first one didn't count.
Start somewhere, right?
And just like that, it is as if you were there. I'm having Farallon flashbacks right now. It's not like I'm just there. Don't do this to me again. You have traveled to the Maw and back more than once. You really are a unique being. Our Soul Warden is always monitoring activities involving the Maw. He has mentioned that a visitor passing through not long ago with an even more curious proposition. You should pay him a visit to see if you might be of aid. Okay. So now it's a matter of finding out which part is actually the Covenant campaign and which is side stuff. Opportunity strikes. With your unique abilities, we have an opportunity that we've not had before. Our Covenant has secured an artifact we believe is best placed to your care, the Soul Keeper. The brokers of Oribos claim that the Soul Keeper is based upon the secrets of the first ones. Whether they built it or adapted it from something already existing, I cannot say. The crystal will allow us to recover souls from the Maw and bring them to safety. I understand that the Maw is a perilous place, but you are our best chance. Oh, they actually reduced it to 9? Oh, it's no longer 15. Now you just need to get them a 9. Oh, see? Easier. Okay. So that is the weekly quest that will give you renown from the Maw. To trust the broker is to ally with uncertainty and debt. However, at this juncture, the Soul Keeper might prove worth the risk. Be wary. Nandaradin, thank you very much for the 25 months, baby. Hello, hello, hello. And then there's also replenish the reservoir. There's still a great need for us to maintain a supply of anima back to the sanctum. We must gather more strength. I know that you are a powerful champion. Continue to prove your worth. So that is the second one. Again, you get your renown. And this one is a first time one, as far as I know. This is like an introductionary quest, so you get like a extra bit of renown. Souls continue to pour into the Maw. As long as the jailer continues to draw this power to the Maw, we need to deny him as many souls as possible. That power belongs to the Necrolords. Return to the Maw and rescue those that you can. Okie dokie. And each chapter, in my opinion, is large enough to warrant like one per video for people that want to see it. I expect that there's not going to be a lot of ammo for it. Ammo for it, because people don't want to spoil themselves, but that is the plan. We have agreed to parley despite your house treasons. Now speak. Garmal is no friend of ours. If you would have us, we will join your cause. Please hear us, Malwalker. When Margrave Belageros launched his attack on Bastion, there were many, such as Emily and myself, that opposed his actions. Feeling the sense, Belageros removed many souls from their constructed bodies and imprisoned them. Emily escaped the prison, but most did not. Help us free the other souls, and we can build you an army of constructs far greater than any that of Garmal. Thank you, Malwalker. With you by our side, we are sure to prevail. Do you not agree, Emily? Yeah, Emily. You snake. So, question is there parts? I do not fight besides anyone. I lead and others follow. Emily, wait. So, right now it's not doing it right. Right now it's in the Covenant Sanctum. It is seemingly part of... Yeah, okay, it is something that you want to do, despite its abilities. So, a rather interesting thing as well is if we look at the Covenant menu, you can see that there are three kind of things that they give you. There's one that has a time duration of 4 hours. There is one that has 3 days, and then there's one that has 1 day, 4 hours. And it's basically how you gather anima and valuable items. And they want you to do specific things, but they also hand those out as a quest.
We follow the will of the Primus.
So yeah, complete 4 world quest. I don't have to pay too much attention to that. It's like, yeah, this is stuff you could do on a daily basis if you wanted to. And then over here, yeah, same deal. Same deal, and they will send you off into
fresh meat today. Here to compete, mortal.
Ah, the Malwalker has arrived. We will soon reclaim your body, Emily. Do not let Emily's sour disposition deter you. Your aid is greatly appreciated, Malwalker. I apprenticed at the stitchyard for many eons. I even worked in the body banks with Surgeon Stitchflesh to design Emily's lost constructs. If we gain control of the body banks, we will have the parts necessary to rebuild Emily and create new bodies for other souls that we rescue. Lead us to there and we will see if we can get it operational. My patience is spent, so let us waste no more time. I never imagined myself returning to this place. We're missing a few tools and parts for sewing a construct. We need these items if we're to rebuild my construct. Search the surrounding area, see if you can find us what we need. Search tables for the skewering needles, you can find haulers that carry razor spools, and look for clotting patches and constructs that you kill. Your covenant speaks highly of you, Malwalker. Do not disappoint. The task is probably above your capabilities, but listen anyway. As a construct, I was feared throughout the Shadowlands. The magnificent skin of my construct was impervious to mortal weapons. It was a work of art that took years to perfect. When I was removed from my construct, it was Faldo Ishkar who took great delight in stealing that skin. He keeps it on himself as a souvenir. Kill Faldo Ishkar and get my skin back. Emily is the best. They're an arrogant asshole, but they are definitely the best.
I will harvest your skin.
No, you won't. It is mine. So, what I mean with the Maldraxus ability to build up, right? So what I'm working on is 4 Holy Power. I used the Maldraxian one, and then I can use my Expander, and now I used Divine Storm and Templar's Verdict at the same time, which does add more stacks to my Crusade. It's just while leveling, the build-up is a wee bit long.
Become stronger than before.
Okay, give me your keepsakes. Emily's magnificent skin, beautifully tough. Beast and How to Eat Them, Volume 1. Can I read that? No, I cannot. Man, I want to read it.
Fight!
Don't we kill Emily in Voldoon, do we? Somebody check out Wowpedia for the name Emily and see if we actually killed him in Voldoon. When do you think we will get the new cinematic for the pre-event and such? On the day that they actually release the pre-event. Maybe the week before. Blizzard has become quite protective of their cutscenes and cinematics ever since Warlords of Draenor. You might recall in Warlords, where all of a sudden all the cutscenes and cinematics for all the leveling zones were data mined and made available to the public. And ever since then, they've been a lot more protective about their cutscenes. So yeah, understandably so. Like it was a lot of fun to react to it. Don't get me wrong, but I can understand from a content creator's point of view that you actually want people to see it in the context of the questing and not in a YouTube video, right? Emeny, E-M-E-N-I. Yeah, it's definitely a good thing. So this way, there are still some surprises to be had. There are also a couple of in-game cutscenes. You could definitely tell that there are more of those. But in-game cutscenes are different than the full-blown spectacles than they do with ANA. When I was alive, you might have been my friends, or maybe my dinner. Beautifully tough. My cold blood warms to you. You may be a suitable ally. You are rather good at this. There you go. You should consider a constructed body. Perhaps I can design you one someday. We are lucky. Surgeon Stitchflesh and his assistant have not returned from Bastion. The entire stitchyard is lightly guarded. We must work fast. See if we can get the equipment operational. Once it's active, we can begin the construction process. Consult the schematics before we proceed. Emily's construct is a complex design. Howdy, Google. Thoughts that around a sudden increase in power? It's a Mallwalker. They're building a construct. Yeah, that's me. I think that's Emily over there. The Dread Sibling Slayer.
My legend begins.
There's also Arakoa here. I quite like it. I like the Night Warrior Elune storyline because it's hinting at knowing more about what Elune is. It also plays a massive part in Tyranda's Path of Progress. It plays a massive part in the Night Fae Covenant campaign. It has its role to play. And I think it's based in an understandable path that he's in. And I'm really curious to find out where it's gonna go. So the Night Warrior, like, it's beastly and it's overpowered, but it's not without consequences. And I'm curious to see how we're going to save her, or if we're even going to save her. And what happens when natives die in the Shadowlands? It appears that the anima becomes one with the lands, but I'm not entirely certain. Operational schematics. Checked it. Now activate the vat of acerbic bile and connect it to the constructs. Now connect the conduits to the construct frame. Oh, there we go. Oh, I broke it. Hang on. Coming. Don't worry about it. There you go. Oh yeah, you liked it, don't you? Now the other one? Yeah. I'm making my own construct, everybody. I don't think Margrave Garmal knows about this. That's okay, just ignore it. There we go. Nearly ready to receive Emily's soul. Emily has escaped from the vaults. They are building her a new construct body. We're almost done, just one more step to complete the construction. Despite the beliefs of most people, Emily has a kind heart. At least she will have one once you've given it to her. I can think of no one better than you, Mallwalker, to give Emily a new heart. Perhaps this will warm her blood towards you. You might become friends, or even soulbinds. Please select and place a heart in the constructs. Alright, chat. It is make your choice time. Do we give Emily a kind heart, a strong heart, or a ruthless heart? Which one do you want to go for? Okay, that's a lot of kind. Okay, I've seen a lot of kind. We're gonna give her a kind heart. We will be powerful allies, Mallwalker, but not friends. I do not have friends. Just wait until you have this heart. You will be the kindest constructs the world has ever seen. You will be spreading love across Maldraxus. You have done it. The construct is completed. The Slaughter Daughter lives again. It seems you live up to your reputation, a quality I always admire. The Slaughter Daughter. When I was locked up, I made a list of all the constructs that betrayed me. Look at her little crown, by the way. The list is really long. Help me teach these constructs the mistake that they made. I want to destroy everyone on my list, along with Yardmaster Pralak, who is number 1. It's just tank, healer, and DPS. Oh, that's kind of cool. There were many souls that opposed Margrave Garmal's attack on Bastion. Those of us that spoke out were stripped out of our bodies, imprisoned in the Efric Vault, till our souls faded away, starved of anima. My friends are still imprisoned in the vaults. We will free them and build an army of constructs to fight for you. I saw somebody ask, by the way, about the origin of anima and the origin of souls, and it's a rather interesting subject, and we don't know a whole lot quite yet. We know from BlizzCon that anima is like your life experience that you bring with you, right? Oh, right, okay. And then when it comes to souls, what I find an interesting thing to think about is, for example, humans, or for example, gnomes, right? We have seen them go to the Shadowlands. They have souls and they go to the Shadowlands. But their origin of creation lies with the Titans. So the question becomes, where did those souls come from? Did the Titans grab them out of the Shadowlands when they created the Vrykul and the Mechanomes? Or was it the old gods with their curse of flesh that gave them a soul? Not only make them more vulnerable to their corruption, not only give them flesh, but actually give them souls. We have seen that the Void has had a hand in the Shadowlands. Could there be a connection in that regard? Now, that's pure speculation, of course. Maybe a soul has a completely different kind of origin or story behind it. But I thought it was rather interesting to think about. Coalesce after the time in a machine, exactly. Is it just a matter of, like, where do these souls come from and when did this machine start to happen? Because it's becoming more and more clear that the Shadowlands is a machine. And it's a machine to farm up anima and the anima is in turn used to keep the jailer imprisoned. So the question becomes, what came first, the chicken or the egg? Like, was the Shadowlands already there? And did they then divert the power of the Shadowlands in order to contain the jailer? Or was the Shadowlands, as we see it here, created for the sake of the jailer? Think, for example, the Pantheon of Death, right? Or the first ones. They're cruising across the Great Dark Beyond, and they come upon this jailer. This epic, powerful being that has no business being in existence. Its sole purpose, its sole reason is to just consume. And they know that if they let it free, there will be no life in creation, right? So they decide that they need to imprison it. Similar to how, like, the elemental lords were imprisoned, or similar to how the demons were imprisoned. But in order to imprison the jailer, they quickly found out that they were going to need a whole bunch of power to make it happen. Anima. So they stumble upon the Shadowlands, this pocket dimension where they imprison the jailer. And they create this whole system of farming anima out of the souls, which is not how it's supposed to be. Keep in mind that the Shadowlands was once upon a time different than what we see it right now. But they decide to install, like, this arbiter that judges souls and sends them off to pockets in the Shadowlands. And then in those pockets, you, for example, as a Kyrian, you give up on who you used to be. Or as a Venthyr, you just get tortured for a while. All in all, you just give up your anima in order to fuel the prison of the jailer. But not just a prison of the Maw was good enough to keep him trapped there. They needed to do more. So they designed a suit of power to contain the power of the jailer. This suit of power is known as the Helm of Domination and Domination Gear, created by the Rune Forger, also known as the Primus of Maldraxus. And then fast forward a few millennia, and all of a sudden we see that the Dreadlords, they're on a mission for their master Kil'jaeden, and they're like, ooh, we need to find a suitable housing to house Ner'zhul's spirits. Ooh, what's this? Ooh, that looks delicious. This is domination gear. That will do. So they yoinked the gear that was containing the jailer off of him and then created the Lich King. Whoops. Now the jailer is gaining more power and shackles are loosening. And then all the events of Warcraft 3 and Arthas and Wrath the Lich King and Sylvanas and all that shit happens. And now the helmet is shattered. And nobody can find the Primus anymore. But we do find this mysterious rune forger in the Tower of Torghast who forgot his life, who lost his memories. Could it potentially be that the jailer has made sure that the Primus has been captured so that nobody can reforge the Helm of Domination, therefore nobody can re-imprison him? Could that be a thing? And that, of course, does lead to the question, like, why exactly was the jailer imprisoned? We learn from the Maasworn that they actually agree with the jailer and that things that are happening right now are not good. Like, who the hell is the Pantheon of Death in order to decide that the jailer should be imprisoned? You know? But again, this is all speculation. We have no clue if that's actually going to be the storyline or if there's something else going on. Don't you do it. Oh, thank... Okay. The constructs continue to bolster their forces at the Temple of Courage. Aid the Kyrian in eradicating them. That's a world quest, I think. You didn't end up on my list, so I guess that we're friends for the moment. Rafan took your freed soul to the butcher block near the seat of the Primus. Let us meet him there and plan our next step together. I didn't put my Hearthstone there, did I? No. This can't be more than a stitchyard. This can be more than a stitchyard for us. We can make it a new home. So we got new souls. We got Roseboil, Atticus, and Cordy.
My legend begins.
I yearn for battle. I will demonstrate my greatness.
I cannot wait to be a construct again. I can click on her. I was royalty before I came here. It is fine if you bow. Talia knows too. Talia will know in the Shadowlands pre-event. She actually responds to you bowing to her. Oh, nice touch. Oh, that is a nice touch, Blizzard. Well done. Ha, that's kind of cool. This spot will do great for us. We can build new constructs and a new home for ourselves. With the proper resources, we can build a force of construct warriors greater than anything ever seen in the Shadowlands. Visit Estrak Harbo and see if we can secure the resources that we need. Now, we can begin making this a home and start building bodies for the souls that you freed. Inform Baroness Draka that Princess Emily and the constructs of Butcher Block will be ready to aid her whenever needed. Stay a while and listen.
Every defeat is a lesson.
Morgraine, given your personal history with the undead, you must find Maldraxus distasteful. Slaying the undead was my life's purpose, to be surrounded by them in death. I found myself in the midst of a nightmare. It was Margrave Crexus who showed me that our army is one of honor and acclaim, but the actions of our enemies echo those of the Scourge. Then perhaps your life's purpose shall continue. Is that it? Okay. So, for those who are unaware, Alexandros Morgraine, the Ashbringer. You know the artifacts? This is the man behind the artifact. In life, he wielded the Ashbringer to wipe out the Scourge, literally turning his enemies into ash. That's how he earned the title. And in death, he found himself in Maldraxus. This is his sword, which is called Oathbringer, I think. I think so. He had it forged here. Was he the first one? Yes. King Magni Bronzebeard, also known as the Diamond Guy, or, you know, Heal the Wounds. He was the one who forged the Ashbringer. Fun fact. After he thought that his brother... Muradin died in Northrend when Arthas picked up Frostmourne, but unknowns to him was that it was just hit by a bit of ice and lost his memory and returned to Wrath of the Lich King. Yeah. The fire my hatred burns within me. Is it time? We shall enact vengeance upon all who have betrayed Maldraxus.
Always ready for battle.
At your service. You've done well, Malwalker. Emily and the other constructs will make valuable allies for the coming battles. They will need your assistance, through, though, to fully reach their potential.
In the name of the Primus.
Okay.
Thrumka. Only the strong survive.
And that is building up the Covenant base, yeah?